Okay, and we're live. So episode 12 of Crit the Bed. Yep, every episode, an audio or tech issue. I wouldn't want to break that tradition, so I'm glad I didn't this time. You might not know, insider information is all of these are planned. None of these are mistakes.
It's our 12-week anniversary of audio fuck-ups.
Yeah.
Yay!
We're just getting to the stage where one day we'll be like, Alice, roll the tape. Of the audio fuck-up.
And
I've just
muted.
Yeah, just silence for a good 5 or 10 minutes of just us miming at camera. So anyway, as I was saying, thanks to everybody currently in chat watching us live on Twitch, which we do every Tuesdays at 8 PM GMT. And hello to everybody watching on YouTube after the fact on VOD. We hope you're having a fun time. We're going to do a quick Who Are You around the players before we get into the action, because we left off at quite a critical moment. So I'm just going to randomly pick people that I don't think have been first before. Usually I roll for it, but I think it's only fair this way. So I think Alice, I don't think you've been first before. Maybe you have, but whatever. You're going first now.
Definitely just spat water.
Whatever.
But I'm going to ask you to describe the person below you. So
physically.
Yeah, on the stream. So, who is Annie's character? What does Annie's character does? And how effective do you think Annie's character is? Like, does she have any special moves, or how does she like to fight?
So Annie is she's a changeling sorcerer, and she is also known as Joanne and Joanna in a very niche piano place. She's very effective when she's doing the unexpected. Like if you're just casually drinking in a bar, you don't expect to get your ankle slit, so that's quite an effective move to just be sneaking in there. It's also very effective at doing corpse angels after the fact, which I think brings some joy when we could all be a bit depressed that we've murdered a whole platoon of people. So yeah, very effective.
Amazing. And we'll sidle over to Mike, and you can go diagonally upwards at Khalil. So who's Khalil's character? What does Khalil's character do? And what do you think like Khalil's character's special move or favoured attack is during battle?
Okay, Khalil plays Chad, a lizard, whose favourite flower is daffodil. That's why he likes yellow. Interesting fact.
Yep, canon.
He's got a really, really good move, and it's actually really effective no matter how many times you make fun of it, but casting grease. And he's got a friend for an axe front end as an arm. He doesn't smell as bad as I said last time. I feel bad about that. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. He does smell like bad.
Yeah.
That's Chad, not Khalil. In real life, Khalil smells lovely. So anyway, Khalil.
Yes.
Who does Josh play? What is Josh's character's name? And what is Josh's character's special move or favoured attack during battle?
Josh B. Potter. Potter B. Sick. Potter likes to summon very unhelpful but well-named animals. And then out of nowhere, he will moonbeam people to death.
Get my bottom out, right?
Moonbeam to death our enemies. So I can't wait to see if he pulls it out this week. Not his moon, but his moonbeam.
That
Did I do
still
it right?
sounds
Did I do it
massively
good?
suggestive, but there we go. I don't think that helped. Amazing. So, Josh,
Right.
who does Ellie play? What is Ellie's character, and what is Ellie's character like special move or favoured attack?
Our good friend Ellie plays Pip, the Grong Ranger, aka Pip the Powerful, aka Pip the Tank, aka our little tracker friend. And her special move is, I'd say she's got two. If she's feeling particularly deadly, she will get her longbow and completely impale people to death. Or she'll just use her skin, put them to bed, put them to sleep, let them pass out a little bit, maybe drown as a result.
That's a very Parter throughput there in the end.
Yeah.
Rather going from just gently putting people to sleep, they might drown.
The chat
channeling.
want to amend the Josh thing to Spooky Milkwood says Josh plays a murderer would have been the most succinct.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, and Ellie, who does Alice play? What is Alice's character, and what is Alice's character's special move during battle?
So Alice plays ASMR, the Azamar Paladin. I feel like her key trait is that she doesn't know anything. She has no memories, so that can come in useful and incredibly unuseful sometimes. Her key move, probably beating people to death with a flail, probably, or summoning more often than not sassy, murderous demon animals that can't fly or walk or talk or has the attitude of a sulky teenager. So she's an interesting person to have along.
Amazing, thank you all. So previously, last episode, we start off in the middle of a gnoll invasion of Keld. Our intrepid players are circling the town, viewing the mess that once was the peaceful settlement and the hub of trade for the Lurking Wood. All except Chad, who was dive-bobbing into the middle of the fray, oblivious to danger, with Sebastian strapped to his chest and Mike riding shotgun. Can they find their favourite gnome? What has happened to the rest of the inhabitants? And most importantly, can Chad impress Fur with his new battle axe for an arm? Hopefully we can answer at least some of these questions in tonight's episode. So first of all, we've done your Aldous axe roll, because I believe you successfully completed your compulsion.
Yes.
Yes, you ate a rock. Much in a Peanuts comic strip style. Except instead of getting one, you ate one.
Yes.
And we'll go immediately to initiative, I think.
What?
Were we already in initiative?
We were in a very loose initiative that I kind of made narrative, but I think now we deserve to go into actual initiative.
Should we roll?
We should roll.
Got an 11.
Got an 11. 11 for Chad Wizard the Third Junior.
17.
Mike herself got a 17.
Got 11. Oh no, hang on.
Alice
I got an 8, but
8.
Kenko got 15.
15 for
He's still
Kenko. A coffee-loving bird. Parter?
I got a 12. Do I need to roll for my? I need to roll for my rhino, don't I?
Oh, yes, you do. Yes.
Yes. There he is. He got
3.
He got 3.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And Pip, you got
I rolled a 17.
plus your initiative.
Plus 5 for my initiative.
Yep. So you got a mighty 22. And
And then
Bando.
I rolled for Bando, but he just goes on my turn, so I didn't need to do that.
Oh yes, of course he does. Yeah. And so, sorry, your rhino got a 3, was it?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, good. Thanks, Parter.
Yep.
Sorry.
Lovely. Right, we've got all of those, and we're going to start the tracker. So first up, of course, ever on the ball of her feet, is Pip. So just to remind you what happened last time, you have roughly just under 20 regular gnolls. You dispatched a couple of packs of 6, but there are still an additional 3 packs of 6 out there coming for you. But out from what used to be the Wretched Serpent Inn, Verse Pub, I stepped 4 gnoll tough guys, each with a different weapon that are threatening you. So you've got many targets of attack, or potentially want to retreat. I know that one of the drakes has flown off. Kenko is currently carrying a couple of you off into the air. I believe Parter and Mike are on back, and Aya is on top of Nabnar's building, and as far as I'm aware, it's Chad still inside, like the shop area, but Mike and Parter on top of the or on the Drake, and Pip, you're kind of in the middle of the fray.
I thought I'm in the shop with
Are you?
Chad.
Then Parter's probably the only person that's on on Kinko.
Oh yeah, we were looking around to see if we could find. We fucked up the password to the secret entrance.
Yeah, you can look.
I tried to impersonate that.
Yeah. But we did send Galdur's speedy courier to Napnar with a love letter.
Yep.
A letter with love in it.
And also Parter cast locate creature and knows where Napnar is, which is inside the pub that these 4 buff gnolls have stepped out of.
The pub.
Do we know what creature Napnar is?
A gnome.
He's a gnome. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think he was a gnoll?
A gnoll.
Secretly.
Yeah.
He's just asking.
So apparently in this town, there's only silent G's of species. There's only gnomes and gnolls.
And knights is okay. Never mind. Okay, so Gnapnar is in the pub.
Yep.
And how many just came out? 3, did
4.
you say?
4. I said did that, but I meant that.
Yeah. 4.
You know, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Also, Tigo in the chat said, "Get their interesting facts quick before you get."
Yeah.
I can't take on 4 gnolls all by myself. So, have they spotted me?
Yeah, they've heard the commotion that's going on outside, and have come out because of this.
I mean, I want to try and get in there, and I'm assuming that all of them would have come out. I can't imagine any would have stayed behind. I'm by myself, aren't I?
On the ground, yeah, on the ground in the middle. Yeah, everybody else is either on top of a building or in the air or inside Napnar's.
Okay, I am going to.
Yeah, you're currently surrounded by like 22 gnolls.
Okay, I am not going to try and personally fight 22 gnolls. So I'm just going to try and get closer to the pub.
Which would take you directly at the big 4 gnolls that step out of the pub.
I see that. I see the predicament I'm in. Is there many windows into the pub?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's one that's still in disrepair from the first time that you were here and someone got thrown out of it. Possibly it's always in disrepair because possibly always something being thrown out of it by the...
So you say that the windows are broken?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I already have jump casted, I believe.
Yes, you
and
did.
that lasts long enough, right?
I don't know, you tell me. How long does the jump last for?
1 minute.
Okay, so... Yeah, I mean, you're in initiative, so it's only been maybe 18 seconds.
Okay.
So you've got like another 7 rounds of jump left, I'd say.
I would like to jump and like karate style kick myself through the window, just going straight past the gnolls and hopefully not encountering 10 more inside.
Groovy. Yeah, you absolutely can do that. Just give me an acrobatics check. I'm sure you're not going to fail. I just want to see how cool it is when I describe it.
It's going to be very cool.
It's going to be epic. Legendary.
Legendary. No, that's bad.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, well, unfortunately you do... so you jump up into the air. I mean, you've got 25 feet of like run-up jump without having to take a run-up. So it's pretty graceful. However, you've didn't really get the trajectory that you wanted necessarily. And so you're coming to the already pre-broken window for your convenience. But you smack your head on the top of the window as you go in. It looks very, very graceful up until that point where you just kind of hit the beam, hit the lintel of the window and just ragdoll into the room and land on your face. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage and 5 points of shame damage.
I was going to say.
Shame damage is not real, so you don't have to bother putting it down.
Unlimited embarrassment.
Yeah. But you are inside.
Nice.
And when you get back up to your feet, you look around inside and see that the place has been gutted. Like the bar has been broken down, all of the chairs and the tables have been smashed and moved to one side. And there's been a lot of refuse and rubble and stuff piled up towards the back. And littered about the place. The floor is stained with viscera and blood. there are half gnawed, chewed bones pushed off to one side. It smells rank in here of death and decay. And dotted around the rooms are these makeshift wooden cages, and you see that the majority of them, maybe like 80% of them, are empty, but a few of them still have emaciated people trapped inside in varying states of consciousness. But the thing that dominates the room is the upper floor has been smashed in, and all this refuse has been piled up into a makeshift throne of bones, like rotting flesh, broken, splintered wood, bits of stone, anything they can really find. And sitting atop this is this one-eyed gnoll sitting there, sort of panting and heaving, drool and saliva pouring out from his mouth, heavily scarred around. He's got like wounds and stuff all over him that have healed up over time, but it looks like he's been in his fair share of frays. And he looks at you and starts cackling and grinning and baring his teeth. And then we go to the gnolls, who have just seen you sail past them and into the pub. They look around. I'm going to see how perceptive they are. I think that's probably only fair. How perceptive are they? They are not hugely perceptive, but they do clock everybody. So they see that through one of the smashed windows, they can see Chad on the interior of Glimmerdale's goods, giving them the lizard finger. I see Aya standing atop the eaves of the building. They see Parter on board the Drake, and of course they see the little fey creature that you summon inside the house as well, kind of like peeking and teeheeing, whilst he's being slowly beaten to death by some other gnolls that have been distracted. And they don't see Mike because there just isn't a line of sight to Mike. But they have seen you, Pip, go in. So two of them turn around and go back inside the pub after you, and the other two flank the door to stop anybody else coming in. So I'm going to say like two of these big buff gnolls start having a go at you, Pip. One of them's got a rather vicious, although handmade looking club, which has just got like, they look like railroad spikes pushed through them, much bigger than nails. Some of it might even be flint. It's just covered in all of this shrapnel, and it's a big, thick, heavy club. The other one's got a little bit more of a sort of more purposeful weapon, which is a glaive, and they both try and stab at you.
What's a glaive?
Welcome.
A glaive is sort of a long-armed military weapon. So it's good for reaching, like a spear with like a blade on the end. Right, 21 to hit with the club, and a 20 to hit with the glaive.
They don't hit. No.
Oh no, sorry, they get 2 attacks each, so both of those hit from the club. That one hits with the glaive. What's your armor class? Sorry.
16.
Oh, was this 18?
16.
Oh, 16. Yeah, so that hits. So the last one doesn't hit, but 3 of them do. So it's 3d10 plus 3.
Good thing you've got like 400 hit points. I think you'll be all right.
Actually, we did not long rest before we came in here, so I'm down to 88 hit points.
That's still more than me.
Oh, you did take some damage last episode, like when the Drake crashed and everything, because you were at full health plus 13, but you did get hit by several arrows, which one may still be sticking out of you, and you've just been beaten and cut with the glaive club combo for 23 points of damage. So you're down to 65.
She's fine.
Like everyone else's average.
Yeah, everyone else's starting hit points.
Yeah, that's not max.
How many did you say I take?
23. So if you're 88, it's 65. And with that, the other 2 have taken a prepared action, so they're readying themselves at the door for anyone that might come in, taking a defensive stance. And next up, we've got Mike. Mike, you don't really see any of this because you're still inside Nabnar's. You just recently locked his safe room, his panic room, by giving what you thought was the correct password. At least it was the correct password last time. But apparently the password has changed in the interim.
So I'm still invisible. How are we really close to? Are we close to the bar?
It's pretty much the next route system over. So if you got to from door to door,
yep,
maybe 50 feet.
I don't know distances. I'll take my plan, and then you can tell me if I'm going to be successful or not.
Okay.
My plan is, while I'm staying invisible, I'm going to do what I like to do best. Not what I do best. What I like to do best is army crawl with my daggers out and go to the gnolls that are outside the door of the pub.
So normally I would say that army crawling for people would be like half movement, but I think we've established over the sort of the last couple of years of this podcast that it's Mike's preferred movement. So I won't impose a half movement rule for you because you're, I would say, proficient in crawling. However, it is door to door, so you still have to get from the back room through the shop, through Chaz's legs, out the door, and then over. So you probably get about halfway, let's say.
Okay.
For clarification, you're invisible and you're still crawling the whole way?
Correct.
Yes.
Cool.
But because it doesn't make any difference to a movement, it's just more of a vibe than an actual tactic.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Plus, if the gnolls, if eventually I do get to them, I want to be at ground level so I can look. Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, no,
sounds
cool.
Yeah. So can you roll a perception check for me, please, Chad, with disadvantage?
Yep.
Because you have your permanent disadvantage on all of your skills.
I have a permanent disadvantage. Perception, so that's 8. And 8.
Yeah, so you are relatively oblivious to the things that are happening around you, other than the fact that there's a big commotion going on outside of the building. So, Mike, that's you can get halfway. If you want to do a double move, so you use your action to move again, I will allow you to get up to and around the guards that are on the outside of the Wretched Serpent Inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as in, I will get there, but because I've done that enough, I can't actually start slitting ankles just yet.
Correct, yeah. You'd have to move twice to get there, but you won't be able to do anything because you've used your action to really sort of haul ass on the floor to get there.
What if this is on Thoughts app? This isn't on Thoughts app because I wouldn't have no idea what you're trying to do.
No, you're in the sky and she's invisible, but
what if you held your slitting action and I swoop down and pick you up, and then as I approach I can just release you like a stabby projectile,
like a torpedo.
I mean, A, I'm invisible, so you won't be able to know where to pick me up from, and B, I can't hold the action because I've only just got there, so I have to wait till. But great idea.
Other than those two things, which make it impossible, great idea. Is what you're saying.
One day.
One day, indeed.
One day I'll turn you into a torpedo.
So, Mike, you're around your favourite terrain, which is ankles. And we'll go on to next is Kenko.
So Josh riding Kenko?
Yes.
Yes. I will. In Thoughts app, what do you want the bird to do? Like telepath him?
Right now, I just don't want it to crash. But I'm thinking he's got big talent, so I was kind of hoping that I could have a chat with him and help me out with a little attack.
He's got multi-tack, so he can do talons and beat.
Well, I'm gonna ride him into the face of danger, and we're gonna do something special.
Okay. So you go after one of the three then, or 4? Was it 3 or 4?
There's 2 on the outside, wasn't there?
2 on the outside, 2 on the inside now. There are 4 in total, but 2 have gone back in.
Yeah, 4 total.
The
2 on the
two that
inside,
Total,
2 on the
1 on the
outside.
outside. But 2 on the
that cleared
inside.
everything up for me. I now understand the
Yep.
situation.
Amazing. Okay, so
Good thing we're
then
not
you
muted.
can dive bomb.
Okay. Does he roll separately for each? Yeah,
Yes, he would. Yeah, for multi-attack, he rolls separately. Whilst Aya is doing that for us, Josh, Kenko, a couple of things that you feel is that when you're like riding astride Kenko, you can feel it wheezing underneath you, like this shuddering as your bony knees also sort of like rattle along its bony ribcage. And secondly, it's very hot, like uncomfortably hot to ride Kenko. And there is like billowing smoke, greyish black smoke, pouring off of its wings.
It's heated.
I really don't want to be on there for too long. We're flying in, right?
He'll probably be dead soon. Yeah.
We're like charging down, right?
Yeah.
You and him, not me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I knew that bit. I knew that. I may not have known. I forgot the invisibility. Yeah. So I kind of get which one he's going after, and I'm gonna jump off at the same time, just as we get in there.
Well, you have to wait till your turn, which is actually conveniently next, straight after Kenko. Kenko will do the attack first, of which both of those hit.
17.
So both hit, so you can roll your damage for the multi-attack.
1, 3.
Jack Taylor's asking a good question in the chat. What's Kenko's pronouns?
I think we did establish
They're all
some of
they.
them. Yeah.
They.
Yeah, I suppose it is one creature, so if we establish it for one, it would be the same for all. So we've got 6 points of damage for the beak or the claws. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, that one is the piercing damage, and then this one is slashing.
Wow. That is some slashing damage. So 13 slashing and 6 piercing. So a total of 19 damage as Kenko goes in for the kill. Yeah, it's got severely like opening up some wounds on one of these bodyguards. Segueing perfectly into Parter. What is it you wanted to do as Kenko is dive bombing into these gentlemen?
I'm conscious that Natnar's in there somewhere. So I'm going to go for this. I'm going to jump off just as Kenko's going in for that one, and I'm going to launch. So I'm using their motion, sorry. And I'm going to use my primal savagery cantrip.
Oh. Something you haven't used before. I enjoy it.
Something I haven't used before. In the hope that I can do something cool.
So which one are you going to aim for? The same one that Kenko's dive bombed, or the other one?
The opposite one. So Kenko's going for that one.
Yep.
I'm going for the other one, and then hopefully we can...
Cool, peel off. Right, so what does your primal savagery do, for those that don't know?
I channel primal magic to cause my teeth or fingernails to sharpen, ready to deliver a corrosive attack. Make a melee spell attack against one creature within 5 feet of you. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 acid damage. After you make the attack, your teeth and fingernails return to normal.
So is it your teeth or your fingernails?
It's going to be my fingernails. Parter might be a murderer, but I don't really like biting into things unless I'm a crab.
Okay. So why don't you roll to hit with your spell attack, which is like a +8, 7?
It is a...
At the top of your spell list.
God, yeah. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. It is hit / DC is +4.
Oh, really?
Damage 310. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's damage 310.
Cool. A roll to hit.
Dokey.
Josh, while you're rolling badges and screens. Meanwhile, what the fuck is happening to Natna?
Hey, we're in trouble as well. Care about the
You have to get through the gnolls.
So that does not connect with the gnoll, unfortunately.
I want to use. I need to connect. I need to connect. I'm using lucky. I
Okay.
can use one of my lucky.
So use one of your luck points, of which you've got 3 or 4 per day.
Yeah.
So note that down. Check that
Noted.
box. Yeah,
There we go.
that will hit.
18.
So roll your 1d10 plus 4.
So on my score thing, it's 3d10.
Oh,
guess it's
perfect. Even better.
Yeah.
20.
points.
Amazing.
Dang.
So
Get away from Napnar!
Kenko and yourself have done almost equitable amounts of damage to either one, as you're making a perfect torpedo pair as you swoop down from the sky, peel off each other. You just like Wolverine style from X-Men 2, like dive straight in with your fingernails and just go straight into like this person's chest. As Kenko like swipes in, just clawing at the person's face and then swooping off again up into the sky once
Whilst
more.
Whilst I'm doing it, I'm saying sorry. I'm sorry!
But with murderous intent in your eyes, Chad.
Always.
Yes.
What's up?
So I've just seen people attacking. You said that I wasn't very perceptive, but I know that all the action's happening outside.
Yes, you've probably just seen Kenko and Parter because that's pretty obvious. You've got a 9.
So Pip's missing. A is in the sky. Mike went invisible. I don't know where anybody is.
Yeah,
but we're on
you can
Thoughts
see is
app
Kenko and Parter.
and Potter. So we're on Thoughts app, and no plan was really established, right?
Yeah.
Where'd everybody go?
I'm still here, sir.
Oh, I thought you were Napnar. That's Sebastian. Shush, I'm trying to talk to my friends.
I'm terribly sorry. I'll be quiet now.
We have to. Shh, you
sorry.
don't want the gnolls to know we're here. Can anybody?
Speaking in my head.
God damn it.
Where are you?
Who is this?
I can smell you.
Just because I smell bad, you don't have to rub it in, asshole.
I'm not going to rub anything into your asshole.
Good.
I
That needs to be a soundbite.
Can anybody respond to me, or are you just gonna?
I'm
on the roof.
This guy.
I'm in the pub with the king. I'm in trouble. I made a mistake.
Can you see Va or Napnar?
Yeah.
Mainly Va.
Do any of the bones look gnomish?
Roll perception check.
Oh no.
Pip.
I'm gonna leave the call if he's dead.
With a 21, you can see that glancing around the viscera and the bones, etc., you don't find any that are, well, you are looking, and you see ones that are possibly Napnar-sized.
What?
That is until your eyes fall upon a cage that's hanging from the ceiling that has the prone small form of one Napnar Glimmerdale. He looks like starved and is sort of semi-conscious, but he is alive and he is hanging in a cage in the middle of this pub.
My thoughts go exactly like, oh my god, bones, Napnar. Oh my god. And I just become completely illegible, and I'm taking up all the airwaves. No one can get a word in. But you make out through all my excitement that Napnar is here and alive, but there's also an evil king that one of us has to defeat somehow.
Thanks for letting me know. And then you hear out loud a Gnoll's voice going, one of them's in the gnome's workshop and one of them's in the pub. Get him, boys.
I go in a different voice in my head. I change my mind accent and I go, I'm up the tree. And there's loads of us here and you should come and fight us.
Roll a deception check.
He does never to put random people in the subgroup.
It seemed like such a good idea the first time we did it.
The joke isn't worth anymore.
I rolled a natural 20 for my deception.
Also, there's a bunch of them in the trees.
Excellent. Well then.
Okay, anyway, so we'll go back to Chad. What are you up to?
Did my speedy courier arrive at Napnar? Not that it matters, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, because it would need to get to his turn, then it would come back to you. So you, I suppose, actually, with the perception check that you rolled, Pip, you also see this ethereal, ghostly ice cream form that's got a little box appear in around the same time that you jump through the window inside Napnar's cage with a note. And very, very, it opens the top of the chest and kind of ushers it forward. Seeing that like Napnar's a bit too weak, Napnar like tries to raise his hand and can't get in the box. The ghost form kind of looks around to make sure no one's looking, and then just picks up Napnar's like limp hand, puts it in the box, and then helps him take the note out and put it to his face, and he starts reading.
It's really helpful ice cream.
Yeah, Galder is great. Okay, well, I now know where Napnar is and that Pip is fighting a king. So I would like to cast Fly instead of crawling my way across the passage.
You don't know I'm doing
I feel
that.
like you're putting somebody on the stream on
You
blast.
don't know.
Well, I'm not invisible, otherwise I would. So I'm going to cast Fly and fly myself through the window the same way that I first entered Vazbar.
In what orientation are you when you fly? Because it's a magical spell, so you don't need to be aerodynamic. You would move at the same rate. Yep, I think we did establish that before, that you are just slightly levitating and they're just flying forward.
Yeah.
So there are two, you end up making two kind of leg holes.
It's like I'm
the majority of
possessed.
your body goes through the window, but your legs kind of go through the wall.
I assume that the gnolls let me pass, or do I have to?
Well, where are you going?
Well, I'd like to go through an open window, not necessarily the one next to the gnolls, but
Into
I know
Vazbar.
that's into Vazbar, the rusty serpent.
What is the speed of fly?
It is 60 feet for the duration. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah,
because
your action was to cast it, but your movement is now 60 feet when you're flying. So much like Mike, who can get to there, because you're all a little bit further forward.
Yep.
You've got an extra 10 feet of movement, which allows you to get into the bar. So Pip, as you've just discovered that Napnar is in this cage, and you see the ice cream man open his box of joy and put Napnar's hand into it, around that same time, just splinters of wood come from the left-hand side, kind of cover you in dust and debris. In that same pose, with his hands on his hips, Chad just kind of levitates through the wall, destroying half of it.
Do I hit my head?
Roll a dexterity check.
Also, is Sebastian still attached to you?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's on a dragon, isn't he?
Yeah, we left him up there with the...
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Never
did you
mind.
disconnect Sebastian?
Never mind. Yes, we put him on the dragon. Yeah, that's right. To keep him safe,
he's
which
on the
is the
Drake.
better way to go. My thing froze, but I rolled a 13. I
I saw that.
my
13's there.
So I kept my
So you
thing
don't-
froze.
At the last moment, you just dip your head and you manage to bop your way through.
Before the end of my turn, I would just like to look at all this and ask, hungry?
No, not more Napnar's in there.
Yes, always.
Yeah. I figure that's the end of my turn, right?
Cool. Yeah.
Your turn, potentially the end of Napnar's life.
No, he's
So-
in a cage. He's fine.
Because of your excellent deception check, Pip, 6 of the 18 gnolls start clambering up the side of the tree, splitting the entire
Nice.
force into 1/3, going up the side of the mountain. But there are still 12 left, and they will. They haven't seen Mike. They can see Aya. She's very sort of standing proud above on top of Napnar's, and also out in the open is Parter. So both those are providing a lucrative target. So they're going to split. So 6 on Aya, 6 on Parter. So they've got a +3 to hit, and I'm just going to do them in groups of 6, so I'm not rolling 12 different things at a time. So the first group of 6 on Aya is a 19. Does that hit you, Aya?
It does, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And on Parter, does a 15 hit you?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
I've got such bad armor class.
So that is 68 plus 12 on both of you. 68 plus 12.
For a second, that you were saying 68 plus 12. So.
Yeah, so you take 80 points of damage. Okay, so Aya, first of all, you take 50 points of damage, piercing damage. And Parter, you take 37 points of damage, piercing damage, as 6 lots of arrows pierce both of your bodies consecutively.
I bet it looked cool though.
Yes, it did. It looked like that scene from 300, where it just blots out the sky.
Oh my god. Josh, I was going to say that Napnal's like Mad Mardigan when he's in the cave in Willow.
Don't call me Peck.
Aya, now is your turn to respond.
You're Peck.
Can I just check how far I am from the 2 and then how far I am from the bar?
From the bar and the 2 are in the same vicinity.
Okay.
And you
How
are
far?
door to door for you is 60 feet. No, 50 feet. 50 feet.
50 feet. Okay.
I believe you still have your wings out, by the way.
Yeah. I don't think they'd function well though.
No.
They're completely useless.
But you did manage to scare off like an entire pack of gnolls doing that.
Okay. Yeah, useful for that. Okay, I'm gonna walk the 30 feet and then I'm gonna cross the ram crossbow, deep chest.
Oh yeah, the repeating ram's head crossbow.
I don't think I've ever used before.
No.
I'm gonna crossbow one of them in the face.
So normally a crossbow has got the repeating, single shot quota, because you can only do one shot of a crossbow per round. But because it's a repeating crossbow, you can actually do your multi-attack. How many times do you attack in a round?
2, just 2.
So you can fire the repeating ram's head crossbow twice this round.
Goat gun.
Goat gun.
Oh, gun, yeah.
He's unfortunately not goat, so you don't get the bonus goat damage.
Oh.
But it still is a magical weapon.
One day, though, it's going to come
One
in
day
handy.
you'll fight.
We're gonna find some goats to fight.
I was just going to, sorry, I just went to roll damage when that's not assumed.
Well, yeah, true. You may miss. So you can roll twice to hit. Which one are you aiming for? The one that Kenko hit, or the one that Parter hit?
Can I do one each? I just
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Which one's the first one? Which one's the second?
Try and do Kenko and then Parter.
Okay, so Kenko's
But I'm going to aim where Kenko isn't.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. While Kenko's kind of like swooped in, hit them, and swooped off again. So kind of out of the field of view. Really, the only person that's in the fray at the moment is Parter. But you do successfully miss him, impacting on one of the gnolls. Unfortunately, the other one misses because Parter at the last minute stabs him with his claws and kind of pushes him up against the wall, and the crossbow just kind of goes through Parter's hair and out the other side.
That was close. Okay, I'll just roll once for damage. 5.
So you get 5 points of damage on the one that Kenko heard, which is number 8, which is A. Number A. That's the number. Lovely. So that's your movement. You got a bonus action if you want to do any bonus things.
Oh, actually, wait. I get plus something from the spirit shard. This isn't the bonus thing, but I get plus 1d8 radiant from the spirits that are surrounding me.
Oh, of course. So roll an extra 1d8, please.
Nice.
As your spirit guardians kind of give it a little usher forward.
Extra.
It kind of just pushes the arrow, pushes the bolt farther forward at greater speed, doing some radiant damage as it glows, shooting through the air.
Thanks, Ghost.
So, going back to the inside of the Wretched Serpent Bar, with all the cages hanging there. Chad, you've just bust through the wall. you see this pile of viscera and bones, and atop it is a throne made of shards and refuse, atop of which is sitting a one-eyed gnoll who's heavily battle-scarred. Beside him, he also has a pet giant hyena. So this giant hyena is actually larger than your average gnoll, and in fact larger than he is as well. And it's got a spiked collar and a chain on. And as soon as he sees both of you enter, he just looses the chain, points at Pip, and goes, "Charge!" And the giant hyena dives at Pip.
Sounds really scary. It sounds like a pet I would have.
I've been attacked so many times before it's my round again.
Ask it a fun fact about itself.
Yeah. It's green.
Pip, what is your armor class?
16.
16. So it charges at you, but you manage to duck to one side as its snarling jaws snap with a loud crack, just inches from your face. You get sprayed with all this like sickly, sour like spittle, as its mad eyes are searching the room. Like one of them locks onto you, Pip. The other one sees Chad coming through there. And it just starts snarling, hunkering down. Its hackles go way up on its back as well, and it bends down on its own haunches. Next up is the creature sitting up top of the throne as well. He goes, "You were lucky this time. You escaped my pet. But now it's time to face the adherent of Yenigu."
The what?
The
adherent?
An interview.
Thoughts that broke up.
Are we getting interviewed?
An adherent of Yenigu.
I'm not here for an interview.
Unigo.
Not for a job.
My friend already works here, actually.
But I bet Mike hears it from the outside. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm so sorry, Tim. What was that?
So it jumps down off of its throne and leaps at you with this crazed look in its one eye, Pip, and does a multi-attack, does 3 attacks.
With its eye?
With 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws.
Really greedy.
So a miss, a hit, and a miss. So with its right claws, it does actually manage to pierce you, like its blackened talons goes into your shoulder. And I need you to do a Constitution saving throw for me, please. You take 9 points of piercing damage.
16.
And nothing else happens to you.
9 points of piercing damage.
9 points of piercing damage. However, it also now on the end of... Oh no, it's going to be on someone else's turn. So next up is... it'll be Bando's turn now. No, Bando. Sorry, not Bando's turn. Your Rhino's turn.
Ross.
Rhino Ross.
Rhinoceros. So he was left out on the field, wasn't he?
Yes.
Just kind of nudging people, not doing anything.
Correct.
I'm hoping that he's seen the group that chucked a load of arrows that hit me.
All right. Why don't you roll a perception check for him? We'll see if that's true.
I will do just that.
He is only 6 seconds old, after all.
You're hoping that he saw that?
So he rolled a 10.
Yeah, I'll say who. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah? All right.
Unless he's got a minus to his wisdom score.
And I don't think he does. I haven't got it on me, so I'm going to say no.
Okay,
He doesn't have a minus. He's got plus 3.
Okay, good. I believe.
He's got +1.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yep. So he's a wise rhino.
He's a wise rhino. Might be a big
wino,
boy, but he's also got a big brain.
A wino.
A wino. Wino.
That's what that
my own
means.
heart.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a wise old rhino, old Ross. So he gets enraged. He doesn't like to see his boss get hurt, and he's just going to charge that crowd.
Go for it.
Come on, Ross. You've got to do something. 13 plus.
It's got to have a good hit.
What do I need? Just 13.
Plus his attack modifier.
+7.
Yeah, that'll hit. 20.
Ooh.
There you go.
Do his damage.
I've now got. Oh, where is it?
Nice.
The rhino better have a good hit. That's all I'm saying. If it's just there to graze, I'm going to be very disappointed in Ross.
27.
There we go.
20.
He
Natural
does
20.
He does 1d20 points of damage.
No, he doesn't.
No.
That doesn't make sense.
I got confused. Hang on, where is
No
it?
one does
Where is it?
that.
This rhino does.
Four.
Not mess
I
around.
would have believed it because it was a rhinoceros.
Yeah.
I'm really confused now. Charge. Oh no, hang on. Here we are. Sorry, my fault.
If you roll a natural 1, I swear to God.
I'm just double checking now. Just making sure that I'm doing this right.
Is that 1d8?
Target takes an
1d10?
extra 9 bludgeoning damage.
If it charged,
1d8.
which I'm going to say it did charge because you said it was charging.
Right, there we go. Imagine if it did roll. I have to roll a.
Two ones. All right, Khalil, what do you want to do? Because you did say, I swear to God, if you do,
You
and he did 2 ones. So
You did it 2 times. Are you fucking kidding me?
it went from what he
Two
thought was a
natural ones.
27 hit points of damage to 2 hit points.
Ridiculous.
How did you do that?
I'm part of this group. It's just
How
that's
did
what we do, right?
How did you do a natural 20 to 2? I'm honestly flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna blame you.
That is
You jinxed
So
it.
genuinely.
the rhino charges at one of the gnolls and it connects, but not with the horn. Unfortunately, it just kind of like rubs the gnoll up the side and just chafes him. It takes off a little bit of like the top layer of skin, and then I was like, ah. It's like just there's patches of fur like disappeared on his chest, but that's about it. But he's okay though.
How did you do that?
I've got no like
That was
genuinely.
good.
This is taking the piss. How shit my conjure animals are turning out to be. Seriously, I think I need to stop conjuring the big ones, and I just like I joked age ago about 8 seahorse. I'm just gonna do that next time.
Yeah. I think that would have been more effective.
Maybe not seahorse.
Well, you never know. I mean, we've tried a rhino, we've tried giant octopus.
8 baby rhinos.
Yeah, that would be adorable.
I don't think it works like that. I don't think it's like, would you rather have one giant duck or a horse-sized duck or
100 duck-sized horses?
8 duck-sized horses. I don't think it works like that.
So the adherent of Unigo is going to take one of his 3 legendary actions right now at the end of Rhino Ross's turn.
Legendary crab.
We're okay, guys. He's doing legendary actions.
That means
Nothing to be scared of.
This is going to be good.
Which is
if we had the legendary crab soundbite, someone would be playing it right
he's
now.
going to do Savage, which is the adherent of Unigo makes a bite attack against each creature within 10 feet. So that is both Pip and Chad. So he's just going to gnash at both of you.
What it really means is
8
just
to
pirouette.
Pip, that does not hit Pip's armor class.
Who is
And
this?
an 8 to Chad, which I also believe doesn't hit your wizard's armor class either.
Be gone.
So he just ferally just snaps the air like inches from your face. But again, just covers you in more spittle. And that's about all that
Legendary.
happens.
Who is this?
Legendary.
Legendary Nash.
I can't really laugh. My animals are shit as well. Don't worry.
Pip. Pip, what's up?
And
Still
who
going.
did I just get attacked by?
The same creature that just hit you last time.
The hyena.
No,
Awesome.
the owner of the hyena, the one that stepped down off
gnoll.
the throne and like whacked you.
The hyena queen.
King.
Sure.
Even if I was
Ardent.
there for an interview, that's not how you treat employees.
Can you repeat what I mistook as the interview? What
The
you
adherent of Yeenagoo. Yeenagoo.
Hyena goo.
Hyena goo interview.
Yeah, Yeenagoo interview.
Hyena goo.
Sorry, did you say it was my round?
It is your round, yes.
First of all, I would like to remind us all here that I have extra attack, and I feel like it shouldn't be on me to remember that every time. I feel like you should tasked with reminding me that I have that. So I can do 2 attacks.
It's okay. I'm only running 22 other individuals per round.
If you could just
But yeah, I'll remember all of your shit as well.
So I feel quite victimized by the fact that I've just been attacked of what feels like 20,000 times by different animals. So I mean, I feel like I can't do much damage to this guy because he is quite ferocious.
Put the hyena to sleep or something.
Yeah, can I try and like, how far away is the hyena from me?
In your face.
In my face.
Yeah.
I would like to grab onto its fur.
Okay.
And like swing myself around.
Sure.
So that I'm riding the hyena.
Oh, okay.
Like Legolas does when the horses are running and he grabs the right.
Exactly like
it's a horse, not a savage hyena that's trying to kill you.
It's like Legolas would do that, but to the wargs that the goblins were riding that were attacking them instead of the friendly horse that Gimli was traversing. So yeah, roll an animal check with disadvantage because it wants to try and bite you as you try and grab onto its fur and mount it.
Animal handling.
Please.
Being a frog myself, I have +9 to that.
Cool.
So 23.
And then roll again because you're at disadvantage.
Nope, did it.
Take the lowest one.
Oh no!
14.
14 is still enough to get you on its back. So I'm going to say that's your movement. What do you want to do now you're on its back?
I would like to try, and obviously it has fur, so I can't get to its skin. But I'm assuming that, like a dog, its nose doesn't have fur on it.
Yeah, that would be correct.
So I would like to boop its nose.
Just boop. Just reach over and do boop. Okay. Roll an attack. Just a d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Boop the snoot.
And that would be 5. 24.
24 is enough to boop the snoot.
Boop so hard.
What is its Constitution saving throw? It is +2. It fails. You boop the snoot and it collapses underneath you. Goes fast.
Your hyena is any match for Pip the Powerful.
It's like boop, and you just turn it off, and it falls to the ground.
Snooze the boop.
Yep. I feel like I should also get like intimidation for that because I would be terrified if someone just beat my giant.
It's like and asleep.
You call this an interview?
I'm the boss now.
Nice.
And then for my extra attack, I would like to.
That's fair. Although because you're doing your booping with one hand, it would have to be a one-handed attack.
Even for an extra attack?
Yeah. So like when you do an extra attack, it usually has to be the same thing, but I'll give you some leeway and say like you can use a melee attack as well. So either it'd be like 2 longbow attacks, which are two-handed attacks, or it would be 2 booping attacks. So you could touch him and touch someone else. But I would say like you could probably also use a free action to draw a one-handed melee weapon and use that if you wish to.
I don't know if I have any melee weapons.
I'm pretty sure you didn't have like a sickle, wasn't that like on your person right at the beginning? You had Thunderstruck for a while, but you got rid of it.
Yeah.
That could have been.
Oh, I
used
have a
one-handed.
dagger.
There you go.
So I would just like to lob the dagger.
Yeah, you can do that. That's a one-handed throwing weapon. So roll your dagger attack. I'm assuming you're going after the main guy.
Mm-hmm. I'm rolling so well tonight.
Jeez Louise, you certainly are. Yeah, you can do your damage. Rolling 1d4 plus 5.
Interviews make me really nervous, so I feel like I have to overperform. 1d.
Nice. You do 6 points of damage as you throw it, and it sticks into the creature's shoulder, and it yelps out in like a hyena yelp, which I won't do because it'll probably blow people's ear pieces out. But just imagine a hyena yelping.
Oh, not the hyena, the man, the gnoll, the king.
Yeah, that's what they're all hyena people basically.
Hyena man.
That's what
Oh my-
gnolls are. So we go back outside temporarily to the guards at the door. So Kenko's flown off. So you kind of left with the two guardsmen. They both take aversion to you hitting them. They turn around and they both try and double team you.
Won't be the first time, would it?
Weird.
A 9 and a 7. Oh, I am rolling like.
Well, they won't hit, will they?
No, neither of them will hit. So they kind of get tangled up in one another, trying to hit you, and you just duck, and they just end up hugging one another.
Oh.
That's what it's all about. It's all about love.
It is. So you kind of get pressed between two sets of gnoll abs.
Oh.
The dream.
However, there are two that have gone inside with Pip and Chad. So they see what's going on. For in interest of fairness, I will split them up. So the first one's on Pip. That'll hit Pip. And the second one's on Chad. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. Chad, that's not going to hit Chad, no. So you take... So Pip, you take 2d6 plus 3. So Pip, you take 10 points of piercing damage as the one with the glaive stabs you in the side once again.
Getting really mad now.
Indeed. So that's all of the gnolls. Mike, you're in the fray. You're kind of having to weave in between these two gnoll lords, pack lords, and Parter as they're getting in a three-way hugging situation.
Hugging situation.
Before I
Parter's kind of like wearing both of them as earmuffs right now.
Before I do anything, does it cost me my action to use a sorcery point to extend my spell?
No. It doesn't cost you anything.
How? So I want to extend my invisibility.
Okay, what does that do?
It says so I can use a sorcery point for meta magic to extend the spell, and it can be to double its duration to a maximum duration of 24 hours.
Okay, so do you wish to remain invisible for 24 hours?
I do. I wish to be. I can't speak. I wish to remain for 12 hours.
I will inform you that if you attack whilst invisible, it then reveals you. It's part of the invisibility spell.
As in, like a spell attack.
A spell attack, or with your daggers, or anything that harms another creature, it then dispels the spell. If you want to remain invisible, you need a spell called True Invisibility.
Well, I didn't know that. Okay, fine. Give me a second.
But it will give you like a list of caveats in the spell. Like it says what you can and can't do when you're invisible. But yeah, as soon as you cast another spell or as soon as you attack another creature, it will dispel your invisibility.
Fine. Screw that. I'll just start slitting ankles.
Okay. So you pop back into existence as soon as you start slitting some ankles. But roll to hit with advantage because you are currently unseen.
Do I need to do 2 d20?
Yeah, you can do. Well, you do like 2 sets of 1d20 because you get a bonus to both of them.
Nice. 25.
Yep.
16.
So that's with advantage, and then your second set. So roll the same thing.
27.
Crit.
24.
Yeah. So both hit, and your offhand with your other dagger gets a critical hit.
Yeah.
So roll your damage with your Christmas present or birthday present with the on hand, and then double the damage with your other offhand one.
They don't have no feet left.
Yeah, man.
Hold on a second.
Are these the gnolls that I'm currently sandwiched between?
Correct.
So I'm gonna literally have I'm gonna watch this close.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like that zombie sandwich,
Yeah.
but now it's a
just
gnoll ab
gnolls.
sandwich apparently.
So birthday present is 6.
Yep.
And normal dagger is 5.
And then roll another d4 because you crit. So you roll 2d4 when you crit. So 9.
Yeah.
For your other one, and then we said 8 for them. So 17. Is that right? 17.
I don't do numbers.
Sorry. So 5. It was 5 plus what for your offhand? 5 plus normal.
For normal dagger.
Yeah.
It's +3.
So 8, and what's your birthday present?
+4.
So 6. So 14. 1-4. Damage. Yeah, this the one that you've slit the ankles off is looking pretty ropey. You can just feel him shudder against your right ear, Parter. As you look down, and you just see like he's now standing in 2 pools of blood, with Mike just like her head between his legs, looking up at you, smiling, with 2 daggers in her hand, like covered in sprays of arterial blood.
I'm gonna vomit on her face.
And then you vomit on her face. Kenko. Kenko's like swooped in, attack swooped out.
Okay. He's gonna go after one of the 2 again that are sandwiched in pyre.
Same again.
Yep.
Roll to hit. For Kenko. Again, like hacking up another like lump of which looks like sort of like sulfurous black carbon that just hits the ground and starts setting fire to the grass around it.
This is not the romantic sandwich that I wanted. Like a bird to come in.
You
wanted it. And Kenko crits.
And then that's the talons.
Nice.
And then the natural one. And then, oh wait, that was 1d8.
Yeah.
That would have been very poetic though. I'm kind of sad that wasn't. Only one on the other.
Yeah, they both hit. So the crit damage.
Is 1d6.
So it'd be 2d6 because you crit.
So that's the piercing.
11 points of talon damage.
And then the other one is 2d6.
And then snoot damage.
Boop it.
13.
24. I'm assuming it's going for the same one it went for before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, whichever one looks the most threatening to Parter right now, I guess. Or is the easiest to attack.
I'm literally right in the middle of them.
I know.
Okay.
Speaking of,
Yeah, both of them are looking equally as messed up now.
Okay.
Like they're both looking pretty heavily ruined. Parter, you now have 2 bloody earmuffs.
I'm not enjoying this right now.
Bloody earmuffs.
Can I
Bloody earmuffs.
Can I interrupt? Jack Taylor is asking Chad, how are you allowing this to happen? And then someone else is like, Chad's all about open relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody-
just let Potter do what he needs to get it out of the system. It'll be all right.
That's what it was. Chad, are you really going to allow Potter to be so friendly with those ab boys?
They're not Chad boys, so it's fine.
He's also probably looking at the situation and realizing that I'm really not enjoying it.
Also, though they have
blood,
like
vomit.
they have furry abs, they don't have tail abs, so there's no competition there.
No.
Really.
I don't think anyone has tail abs in the history of the world apart from
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad is the one and only. The one and only for Carter as well.
So effectively, this is kind of like your bachelor party, really.
Oh, yeah.
I will ceremony you at when all this is
Got
over.
like 2 buff knoll strippers just like grinding.
Yeah.
upside
It
your
would
head.
it'd be pretty cruel if we showed up back at Vuzz Bar just for me to get married to Potter right after we saved her.
It sounds like something we would do.
It does sound like something the
Sounds like
Friendly
the
Boys
perfect
would do.
benchmark.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: like we would only get married if Napnar was there, and this way Napnar's there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sebastian can be a ring. Sebastian can be the flower girl. He can
Yeah.
splay daffodils down the meat blood
Pile.
bone through
Yeah.
path. Yeah.
and then we can pair him up with Ver if she comes back.
Oh, she would love Sebastian.
Would
She would
she?
devour him.
Yeah,
She
she would
would
eat Sebastian
devour
for
him.
breakfast.
She would love him to death.
This is your bachelor party because the chat originally, like, they were talking about this kinky stuff about dancing in cages and is like his narrow heels and a sequin dress and
See, go-go?
That's it.
this is your stag do.
The G is silent though, so he's just an oh dancer.
Uh-oh. He's an uh-oh dancer.
Uh-oh, dancer.
He's a gano
Anyways,
I would have thought that we'll plan the wedding after we get home.
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, right. I'm needing to get out of this situation. It's getting too hot, bit too sticky, bit sweaty, bit vomity. I am just going to straight up. Yeah, I'm just going to use an unarmed strike on one of them, just in the hope that I can squeeze out.
All right, roll to hit.
I'm going to aim for the closest region to my fist.
I don't want to tell you what that's going to be because imagine your ears are on their abs and where your arms would be.
Oh.
So, yeah. Plus your strength modifier, please.
So you want to punch him in the balls, Josh?
Basically.
Is that what you're saying?
The hyena balls.
It's good balls.
+2. So 4. Was that 14? Yeah, 14.
Your strength, that does not hit, unfortunately. You try and uppercut. Unfortunately, you misjudge the space you have available, and you just end up running your hand up the thigh.
So weird.
Just caressing upwards.
Oh.
Strange thing to do when you're sandwiched between two.
Oh.
You just end up cupping a rather firm gnoll buttock.
You didn't even ask their names.
I'm too embarrassed at this point about everything about my rhino Ross.
The names are Ganil and Gnathan.
I'm going to use hidden step and kind of try and wriggle free in an invisible way and move into the hut.
Yeah, you just moonwalk your way out of the situation.
Yeah.
Back into the hut.
Just out of pure embarrassment.
Yep. You turn around and you just see two more similarly jacked gnolls in here, who are not bloody or damaged, and a hyena and this other one-eyed, heavily scarred gnoll in here, and just a bunch of bones and viscera and flesh spread across the floor. The whole place is like wrecked from the inside out, and a big throne of bones.
But as I've used hidden step, I'm invisible, right?
Yeah, because that's one of your traits.
Yeah.
So you're invisible until the start of your next turn.
Oh damn! I forgot. I didn't mean that I stay invisible. Shit. Oh. Okay. All right.
And there we go. So Chad, lots happened.
A lot has happened. Pip, you're still on top of the hyena, right?
Yeah, even though it has like collapsed and both its legs are like all four of its legs splayed outwards.
I get the feeling like we don't need to know anything about these gnolls or where they came from or what they want to do. So I'd like to cast banishment.
Oh damn!
Against the ardent of interviews.
Okay, that's definitely 2 words that I used.
And I'm in my head in thoughts that should I get rid of an extra one?
Might as well.
I'm going to cast it at the 5th level, which means I get 2 targets.
Okay. What is the saving throw?
It is a charisma 13.
Charisma 13. So he's got the first one's got a +1. I need to be a 13.
God,
he gets it.
Damn it, by 1 too.
By 1, yeah. Bang on the nose with a 13. And the other guy is a -1 with his charisma. So that's to your advantage. But
Fuck
still
off.
gets a natural 20. So neither of them are banished, I'm afraid.
God damn it.
You see the main guy like start flickering, but his eye starts to glow, and it almost repels your spell effect, and he resolves from his eye outwards, and his like flickering, like static form, cancels your spell out, and he reforms back in front of you.
He's getting it next time.
Hyena grin.
All right, fine. I would like to use a bonus action, if I may.
Of course.
I still have arm blades, even though I have arm axe and arm blade.
Correct.
I'd like to use one of my arm blades to just uppercut him in his big grin.
Okay.
With an arm blade.
With your bonus attack, normally you can't do that unless you attack with you actually have a physical attack.
Right.
So you have to do a physical attack with your right arm with the axe.
Sorry.
And then you can follow it up with another attack. With your spell, you're using both your appendages to form the spell, so they're kind of both preoccupied.
Can I use a bonus action as a spell? A spell as a bonus action, or do I need to use it again as the same spell? Same thing.
So yeah, technically the rules are that
that's fine.
You can do two
That's
spells.
Fine.
You can do two spells in your turn. However, your main spell needs to be a cantrip, and your bonus spell can be any other spell level.
Never mind. I'll get him next time.
Okay. No worries.
Fine.
So the arrest of the gnolls. 6 of them up the tree. One of them does have 2 points of damage from the rhino, who's been slightly grazed. The one that's been slightly grazed takes a front, commands the rest of them to focus fire on the rhino, and so they're all going to attack the rhinoceros.
I won't be sad to see the back of Ross, if I'm honest.
Plus 4 to hit. What is the rhino's AC?
AC is a mighty 11.
Oh, 11. They hit. Hooray for me. And they do 68 plus 12.
If it's 45 or more, he's dead.
32. Ooh. So he's not dead.
He's not
He
dead.
takes 32 points of damage. And then the other lot are going to fire at Aya. 18. Does that hit you, Aya?
My armor class is 18.
So that does just hit. So they do exactly the same damage. 68 plus 12. You take 28 points of damage, Aya.
Fucking well.
So you've taken, I believe, 78 points of damage?
Not 70. I've got 9 left.
Oh, wow. Yikes. And we're going on to Aya. So plan your next move. I will be back in no more than 20 seconds.
Oh.
But plan what you're going to do.
Count?
It's Aya,
That counting?
then the hyena, then the big guy after that.
We should just finish it while Tim's gone quickly.
Yeah, we killed all of them, and we've gotten that in our back, and he's well fed.
Yeah. We're back having tea with the pooch pals and everything's fine.
We're planning the wedding, everything.
Also, the timer stopped counting down. We sorted that. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's saved.
We've got successful pub franchises. Like we're rolling in it. Done.
Completely, mate.
Maybe Tim was the bad guy all along. We were the good guys all along.
We're the good guys.
We
would never have done all this killing without him.
We weren't instigated by Tim.
Always instigated by Tim.
Mm-hmm.
His chair looks really comfortable.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, my back's killing me in this dining chair that I'm sat in. I need.
My bum's numb.
It's just a wooden.
Numb bum.
Numb bum. So, can anybody give me tips on how to make my animals decent? Because
we need to roll better.
You know, you can also turn into one as well and be super awesome. You never do that anymore.
Well, I'm not.
He killed innocent people last time.
Yeah, that was true.
Just name them cool things like Smashburger and Chili's or whatever.
That's my
and then kill them off.
Yeah.
Raise them, then I'll be the one to kill them.
Yeah.
Or sacrifice them to the axe.
Exactly.
It makes you and them stronger.
Oh, we're back. We're back.
So, Aya,
Josh, why would you say that?
Josh,
I'm going to restore 30 points of hit points.
Yep.
by touching myself.
Cool. Oh.
Loopy, come on. You been playing it all through this. You
Now is the time.
need to trigger it. Come on, do it one more time.
And then I'm gonna just the other two are hugging, right? So I'm just gonna walk right past them at this point and just enter the bar.
Okay.
Ready for it.
So a lot of you are inside the bar. Parter, Chad, Pip, Aya. You're all inside the bar. Bando's there too.
Hey,
Yep.
sorry, Spoopy played. Touch yourself.
Hey. Wonderful.
Do it.
Thank you so much, Spoopy. That's perfect timing. So you've regained 30 hit points through your celestial machinations that you have. You feel revitalized better. Some of your wounds close up some arrow holes. And we'll go on to the giant hyena, who is asleep. Just roll a constitution check to see if he wakes up during all of the commotion that's happening. So it's a DC 15.
Probably get off his back before he wakes up and eats.
And he's got a +2 constitution. Oh, didn't put a space in there. Silly old me. 18. So the hyena's eyes snap back open as you slide off of its body. Although it has to make that saving throw at the end of its turn, so that's all it can do here. Then it's the main guy's turn. But before that, at the end of the giant hyena's turn, it's going to do another legendary attack.
Oh, get off it.
What was the legendary attack last time? Just went.
It is going to make an attack with its claws. And it's going to attack. Probably Pip again, actually. Because it's Pip put its pet to sleep. So its claw attack is +5 to hit. A 9 will not hit. So again, another legendary attack.
Legendary.
Down the drain. However, now it's go proper.
Legendary.
And it will again frenzy at Pip.
You're obsessed with me.
So it's going to be bite and 2 claws. So 1d5. So again another 9. That's not going to hit. 11 and a 15. Does a 15 hit you, Pip? Nope. So none of them hit.
Pip the tank.
Indeed. Ting ting ting. No problems at all. And it is now Rhino Ross.
Well, he goes and makes friends with the group that just hurt him.
Yeah.
Or something.
Okay.
His friend.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
He can go sit on them, he can push them, he can stab them up with his horn, like, make friends.
He, no,
you can dispel him as well if you want.
I'm not going to dispel him. He deserves everything he gets.
Wow.
He
half-heartedly you summoned 18 seconds ago.
He can sense my disgust and disappointment in him as a rhino, and that I resent ever creating him.
Is he a white rhino?
What?
Basically, I'm just thinking like this is your bachelor party. Is he like your version of a white limo?
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, that just turns out to be like not cleaned after the previous bachelor party.
Oh no!
Yeah,
it's like half-open Red Bulls, like still like littered along the
questionable
floor,
stuff
sticky on the floor.
Yeah.
Why do we all have such disdain for our pet?
And he semi charges, knowing that he'll probably just
We've all
miss it
been there.
anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, he does.
As you say, speaking of Penguin said in the chat that you're making me look like a good pet owner. So.
Yeah. and children.
Yeah. After thrusting your puppy into a snowdrift.
Weird.
That's what Spoopy was saying, that when the puppy today dived headfirst into a snowdrift.
It's a good thing that you put some context around that for the people that are watching this on YouTube.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry, Spoopy. We don't know.
Okay.
Unfortunately, your 7 unless it's a +8, it does not connect with even a single gnoll.
God damn, Ross.
Yeah, I feel bad, but what can you do?
Well, that's what you come to expect with Ross.
With the boss,
Yeah.
anyway. So
It's
your
fine.
boss and your Ross and my boss have been rolling both quite poorly. So
Ross and boss.
Ross and boss. Pip, it's back around to you again.
Yeah, I didn't forget about Bando. He's been really busy. Last game, I sent him off up the trees to kind of look for any survivors.
Yes.
With the clear instruction to not get low to the ground or involved in any fighting.
True.
Has he found any?
Remind me again, like, how does he communicate with you?
Good question.
So I should say with your features and your traits, it'll be you're a beastmaster, so ranger's companion. The basic commands takes turn on initiative on your turn. You can command the beast where to move. All right, so it's not telepathic. So it can't really communicate with you unless you cast like speak with animals with it.
I know it's too late to do it now, but just for the future, if we included Bando in our thoughts app, would we understand him?
Yes, I think so.
Interesting.
Actually, I said yes, but can you? I think maybe you need to share a language. It's called message or sending. Can't remember which one it is.
Teaching him common. No.
No, it's not message. It must be sending. It's not even sending either. What's the spell that you use, Chad, for thoughts app?
It is not telekinesis.
Telepathic.
Telepathic.
Telepathic bond?
Telepathic bond. That's the one.
Telepathic bond. Telepathic James Bond. 8 winning creatures, your choice. Psychically linked. Creatures' intelligence score of 2 or less aren't affected. Whether or not they have common language. So yes, Bando would be included in that. I believe Bando has more than a 2 intelligence. That would be embarrassing if not.
We've included Bando. We've included
yes,
Smashburger.
Is 5.
Yeah.
So
Smashburger is a figment of my imagination, technically, though. So.
And he's still smarter than a 2.
True that.
Would we have included Bando?
Well, let's count it out because you always leave 1 for the gnoll, and we definitely know it's canon that the gnoll is in there, so you have 7. Sebastian's in there, so that's 1.
Yeah.
The 5 of you. Kenko was 1. So that's 7. Was there another one?
No.
No.
There was.
Then,
It was just it was just the gnoll, us 5. I don't think we talked to the Drake at all.
so yeah, so it would be Bando,
Sebastian.
Kenko.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Sebastian.
Yeah, I counted him. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right.
So Bando, Kenko, and Sebastian. So your pets basically, and then the 5 of you.
And then the random gnoll.
Oh, the random. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay. So it's either
9.
Bando or Kenko is in it. Neither of them have spoken, so
Doesn't really matter.
I'll flip a coin and see which one of them is in it.
This is infuriating in the chat, and I love that.
I say that Kenko is a 1 and Bando's a 2. Bando's a 2. Bando's in it.
Great. So before the chat actually kill us, Bando is going to keep looking for survivors, and he's going to just check in with me if he finds any.
Okay.
But
in
not
that
important.
case, I need you to roll a perception check for Bando, please.
Interesting.
They're saying that Mar's going to be the only survivor at this point, at this rate.
Bando has a +1
Okay.
to his perception.
5.
Okay, Bando finds... Oh no, you rolled a 1d4. I was like, how did you crit on a d20 with just a 4 though? There we go. Yes, Bando does see a pack of... Let me count them, sorry. One. Oh no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 humanoid creatures and 1 cat. Going like moving through the woods. As they do, if you remember, some of the gnolls start climbing the trees and such, and they start. Bando informs you that they have started to surgically take them out as they're approaching the village.
Wait, the gnolls are taking out the people in the
Other way around.
People in the woods are taking out the gnolls.
Correct.
Perfect. Not our problem.
Pooch pals, maybe?
Pooch pals potentially turned into humans and 1 cat.
I was going to say the ultimate struggle.
Yeah, I feel abandoned by the pooch pals at the moment, so hopefully they're doing something useful. Or they're a pile of bones in the pub.
They are.
You hope that they're a pile of bones. That's so terrible.
Or they're a pile of bones, not I hope.
I hope they're doing something, or they're a pile of bones.
Just dead.
They're dead to me either way.
They are us in the future or the past.
What?
Yeah, they're us, full circle.
Again, they're not you because they've got different names.
Anyway,
different
they
classes.
are confirmed that's canon. So.
Yeah, so that's what Bando sees.
Yep.
And that's his turn done, I believe.
To focus on saving Napnar, because that's our goal here.
Yep.
Not the wedding, saving Napnar. I mean, we need to take out this big, bad, terrible boss who can't do legendaries. So, can I cast... Where is it? Wind wall. Underneath him.
I don't know. Can you?
A wall of strong wind rises from the ground at a point you choose within range. You can make the wall up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick. You can shape the wall in any way you choose, so long as it makes one continuous path along the ground.
Yeah, so I mean, they are next to you. So the gnoll, at least one of these guards, and the hyena like surrounding you basically. So you could make like a tube where you are in the middle.
I would like to do
and they will be caught up in that. And we will find out the effect of that next week.
What?
Alice's mum's going to go mental.
Sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Say to my mum now.
He hates them.
Sorry, Badgers and Spoons. It is about effing time, but we'll find out exactly how this is going to go down, and how our adventurers will get out of this particularly sticky situation.
You say how it's going to go down. It's more like if it's going to go down in time in the next episode. It might go into the following episode, right?
I think it'll come to a head next episode.
We hope.
One way or another.
Badgers and Spoons would like her money back, please.
How dare you?
We did.
Come back next week.
Yeah, but it happening.
So yes.
I did have a question for you, Tim.
Yes.
We obviously made it back in time before Napnar got eaten by the gnolls.
Correct.
How many days off were we from him being eaten?
So there are 24 cages, and each cage can sustain a person for 2 days. So you had 48 days from the time of the attack. So he's not the only one that's left in the cage.
Interesting.
But you don't know when the attack started, because that was in the sending stone like thing. So you would have known when Keld was attacked. It was 48 days from then that Napnar would have died. He would have probably been the last one eaten, mostly because he was the smallest, and so greedy as they are, the gnolls would always go for the creatures got the most sustenance on their bones.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
And then they go down that because they don't mind if like a small like children die at the end, or like a gnome will die at the end because there's not a lot of meat on them.
Not a lot of meat on those gnomes.
Yeah, and you're banned.
That unknown tech.
So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody joining in the chat. We appreciate your comments and interactions, and apologies if that frustrated you that we didn't get to the end of the battle. However, I'm sure it will conclude one way or another next week, and you'll just have to wait another 7 days. However, in the meantime, we can offer you the considerable prize of a Ravenloft episode that will start at 7:30 p.m. on GMT on Sunday, and will follow the antics of the rest of you fellows. Other than that, if everybody wants to plug their social media, now's an amazing time to do so. We'll start as usual with Khalil.
Tried to use this last time, but Josh used his bits on me.
Oh.
And so I feel like it's
weird.
Did he use his bits on me again?
No, he hasn't yet.
I'm not. I won't do. My
You
hands
look.
are here.
All right.
I'm not going to use my
I want to
bits
see
on you, my
hands. All right, good. This time it's Chad times at the Keld Royale. I'd used it before.
Nice. And Alice, where can people find you?
I'm at ALUCY.
Ellie, where can people find you on the internet?
I'm at Ellie Bav.
And Josh, what about you?
Sorry, Spoopy's just played the sound.
Yay.
Nice try, Spoopy.
Well, quite there.
So,
At _ Josh Den.
That's the one.
I almost forgot. Sorry,
And Annie, how about your good self? Where can people find you?
At Annie_Squirrel. And Tim, where can our fans who love us and don't hate us, where can they find you?
Well, they can send me abuse on Twitter at Lord Snapcase. And you can find all of us for not abuse or Crit the Bed everywhere. So thank you again for people in the chat. Thank you for people watching us on YouTube. And thank you to my players. And we'll see you on Sunday and next Tuesday. And I think several times the Rhino crit the bed. See you soon.
make us look good.
Indeed.
Thank you.